Welcome to another exciting episode of Masked or Not with our wonderful heroes, Puddle the Water Being,
I wonder what kind of Shakespeare they're going to teach in school.
Spencer the Super Cat,
I'm more focused on the vacation home Dahlia's parents have in Valhalla. That's a lot of money.
Franzia the Matter Manipulator,
If I had to guess, probably the censored versions.
Jace the Technomancer,
Do you think we're still going to get crank calls and people who show up at our door like Jehovah's Witnesses after the shit that just went down?
and returning back to us, Dahlia the Living Dead Girl.
Anyone feel kind of hungry?
Last time on Masked or Not, Wilda, Spencer, and Edward rely on each other as they embark on a spirit journey to find to fix the crack in Wilda's soul. With the help of Dr. Amzay, they were struck with the revelation that gods exist, with one of the first gods to be witnessed as Heimdall. Meanwhile, Jace continues to be hassled by misbegotten bystanders with baseball bats, but thankfully is aided with cover fire with the return of Dahlia. Now half the group approaches the woman in black named Betty, while the other half discusses how to approach crashing a wedding and what will all fit in one's gene code dimensional genes. Will our heroes heal Willow's soul, and do large jean pants count as proper dress attire? Find out soon. We'll start off with our spirit journey group, who is currently at the house that is almost pasteled, all around past the picket fence. As you've already inspected, Edward, the house that looks almost normal is actually made of really wondrous material, from golden laid siding to ivory pillars to the door being made of sheer marble. Although most of the dark of the marble is somehow is added to look just like imperfections in a regular wooden door. As you guys look around, feel free to give me perception checks if you want to. If not, feel free to justify how good your eyes are at this as you take in the rest of the outside of the house here, within the confines of the white picket fence.
Question: which power set do I use for my skill check?
Right now, we will say base Spencer.
I figured he's the only one who can see these things. All right, it's gonna get +3.
I mean, you are currently in the spirit realm. It just seems appropriate.
That is a combined total of 12. Still pulling higher than me.
No.
Spencer, the first thing that immediately catches your attention as you look around is a set of swings that's just over by the right corner of the house. Two seats to it, and although they seem to be swinging by themselves, you yourself cannot see anyone sitting in them. But the slight sounds of happy children can be heard, just in the air, hauntingly, by them.
Hauntingly.
Haunting.
We have to roll a wheel check for Spencer so he doesn't just run over and start swinging on them.
Go ahead, and unfortunately for you, it is a decent moderation.
Yes, it is a decent DC. 20. No. Yeah, +1. Ooh, it's a natural 1. So
One
like,
of the seats stop suddenly and looks so inviting. Your happy tail just can't help but start to curl around you as you make your way over towards the swing.
I would like to flavor it as, wow, this house sure does look amazing, right, Spencer? Looks over to where Spencer is. There's just an outline that blinks a few times, and you see him over on the swing already.
Transient, as you do watch this golden being with a tiny dark sphere of a Spencer just float around inside, you hear him giddily happy as he's swinging on the swing set. As you go over towards the left side, you notice that besides a slight empty field of decent looking grass, at the end by the back of the house, you can spy a doghouse. A simple doghouse. There is no name on it just yet. you do see freshly filled bowls of food and water. Yet no sound of the dog yet, or any animal.
My face is planted up against the house.
Along
Faces.
with
Face.
No, he's
Oh,
got two
so-
faces right now.
once
Yeah.
more, you recognize that the glass of each window is a more proper crystalline rather than sand made glass. It's pristine enough to almost be almost magnify the light going in, and yet nothing is on fire. It's a pristine crystal window on each of the base wall, and as you look inside, you're able to see one area looking like it's an entry room with a fireplace inside. You're able to see a set of stairs that go up, but you're unable to see the makings of the inside of the stairs. And as you get closer to the doghouse, you do look inside the next room, which seems to be a very comfy room littered with different photos, but most of the faces inside is kind of blank, almost melted off, still in this pastel vision through the window, of course. And that's what you see, transient. Wilda, as you or watch transient go by, and he points out what he sees on the inside. You go around watching Spencer swing on the swing set and taking note that, along with his giggling, you can hear a sense of giggling coming from the yellow being that Spencer is within, and a bunch of other light, soft children laughter from around the swing set. As you look down towards the back, you're able to see a smaller fence behind, in front of the white picket fence around towards the back of the area that has simply the word garden written on the side of it in a garish white paint on the brown picket fence that juts out from the white picket fence that acts as the border.
I'm gonna go out to the front door and knock.
As you knock, there is no real sound with. Yeah, that's why I said she was outside the house. The garden's on the outside. I was just.
It's okay. We've walked past her a few times.
Oh, I haven't seen Black Betty.
She's right outside the house, like she was last time.
Yeah, the only one that saw her was Spencer. I
Yeah.
rolled a close to a nat 1 on mine.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was the only one who saw her, and I still haven't said anything.
Nope.
It's her.
Spencer, instead, you do see her as you're swinging go back inside the house without opening the door, just as Wilda goes up to start knocking on it.
I will stop swinging for a moment, and because she is trying to get inside the house, I will walk up to the door with her and go, "Are you looking for the lady who walked inside?"
There was a lady that walked inside?
Blinks a few times. Yeah, she just walked through the door. Like this, and he tries to walk through. I'm guessing he finds it's a solid door and goes, "Oh, it's a solid door."
You're correct. It is a solid door, even for your normal phasing style of existing. It is solid enough that you cannot pass through. The handle does feel workable
I will
as you paw at it.
I will paw at it as like a cat would for a second or two, and then go, "Just kidding," and then open the door.
Does Edward return back to the group?
I don't know how enthralled am I still with the house. Let's
That would
find
be-
out.
I
Give me a
believe
will check.
House. House.
It's also a
House.
+5.
This isn't just a house. This is A fine house. This is one of the million, if not $1 billion houses, and it looks so blasé. Like, what
It's
secrets
so
is this house
opulent.
hiding?
Oh,
So that's a 10.
oh.
There.
I will give you the benefit of additional 5 for eating memory as you do recall why you're here, and hearing that there was a person that you and Wilda missed, as Spencer announces that, does is enough to draw your attention back from the wondrous findings of this house, as you have to pocket the notion that the wiring that's being used isn't just like copper wire for the Christmas light that's hanging around her place. It's not just copper wire for the Christmas lights. It's gold wire. She's using proper semiconductors, and it's really a wonder why this house is so opulent. This house is so well made. It's so expensive.
They have a share in Tahiti. That's out of character, and then I'm assuming Mirror's like, "Get back in there, you." Oh, sorry.
Oh no, Spencer pulled a Deadpool.
He
So
did.
you talking about about Tahiti on me? Still 2002.
But
Tahiti
Tahiti, get
existed
back
in
in.
2002.
Yes.
I love that he just pushes everyone back in. Going back to the story.
The door does open as you twist the handle. Um, Behind it is a more fascinating door with a different type of handle. With the marble giving way to a solid silver door with a jade handle.
Ooh, it's green. Does that mean it's good to eat?
Do we have to do this Alice in Wonderland type stuff?
I don't know. Do we have to eat the door handle?
Uh, this is a lot weirder than I thought it was.
The spirit world is really weird, Wilda. This is like a 2 on the scale. Out of maybe 10. Maybe 11.
What do you guys do with the second door?
I will open it.
The door gives way to a gold door with a what's the orichalcum handle.
I will open that door.
There's a screen door
I will open that
Spencer?
door.
that opens inward.
Resistance is nothing before Spencer.
Spencer, maybe I'm supposed to open the door.
Which door? Is it inward? Is the house inwards, or is there another door in front of me now?
Thankfully, after the screen door, it does open up to a legitimate fire room. It just happens to be multiple doors for a beautiful house like this.
Wow. They even have a screen door. Our house doesn't have that.
Our house doesn't need it, Spencer.
Yeah, because I walked through it that one time and Dad got mad at me.
Yeah, you kind of can't see screens. I'll slither walk.
As you slither walk, you do see inside. You guys don't need to make any rolls. It's a very warm fire room. Um, there seems to be a place for you to put your shoes had you had shoes on. There is a full rug on the ground that welcomes to warm your feet. There's a couple of potted plants around that just seem to be haphazardly scattered. There is a non-operating fireplace at the moment. There's nothing burning in it, but it is a fireplace up in the farthest back wall, and along it you can see 3 different pictures. To the farthest right, to the farthest left, I mean, the farthest left is a stairwell that seems to go up, but going up, you only see, as far as you can tell, darkness. Nothing shows after like maybe the 16th or 17th step.
So, where's Betty?
Miss Betty? I'll say out loud. Sorry to intrude, but we were sent here.
By a guy named Heimdall.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion, if you would kindly.
Who?
Puddle. As she's the one calling out to Miss Betty first.
That's an 8.
That's an 8.
The house doesn't stir at all. If anything, what you do hear is some slight stepping upstairs, but it doesn't sound like it's coming towards you, nor is it coming from the immediate opening up top that's shrouded in darkness. As you guys meander around into it, Spencer, you take notice that there is a television not currently on.
I am
In closest by the back near the first picture against the stairwell. Transient, you do happen to lay your eyes upon the rocking chair that seems to be oddly comforting and almost welcoming to you, of all people.
I'm gonna sit on the ground waiting.
Are you sitting on the rug itself or off the rug?
On the rug.
Well, as you sit
I'll
on
take
the...
I'll take
Go
a
ahead.
seat next to Wilda.
I see you're sitting on the rug too.
I am going to, before I sit down, call out, Miss Betty, we'd like to speak to you. My friend here really needs your help. Do you mind if I take a seat in this chair?
All right, Spencer, go ahead and roll a persuasion. As you two take a seat on the rug, I will need will saves from both of you.
From both Puddle and Transient?
Yes.
Roll 1d28 plus.
Not from you, Spence. Persuasion from you, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Puddle's not getting up.
I will write to Puddle something that occurs to her. Transient, you find the rug to be very relaxing, very soft to the touch for a 1970s looking shag rug that seems to be multiple colors, not unlike the old brown to orange with a couple of yellow lines in that you would see back in the some of the old houses that you were growing up in.
Need to hear from God before I react.
God is putting information into your brain.
He's trying to.
Listen, we all try. If God's trying, that means we're at least halfway there. Wouldn't it be interesting if we did meet God? Just like, hey, how'd you get in here? I jumped a panel. What's a panel?
Remember, Spencer, omniscient in addition to being omnipotent.
Ugh.
You mean they can rub their head and pat their tummy too? Or is it pat their head and rub their tummy? I like tummy rubs. Just kind of stares off into space for half a moment.
Yeah, no, I have a thing I want to do with Transient, but I gotta wait for the information in my head.
So far for hashtags, we have hashtag embark on a spiritual journey to find crack, hashtag Miami find crack, hashtag house hunting, hashtag swing swing swing, hashtag house 3 times in a row by one person, hashtag house enthralled, and hashtag tummy rubs.
The 3 houses in a row were all Spence.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just like the tummy rubs was all Spence.
I don't know what you're
Uh,
talking.
Spencer, as you do shout out to the ether, while Wilda seems to almost shimmer in a light blue haze around her. You and Transy can both see this. It doesn't seem to hurt her, and she seems to come out of it almost within a second. As your answer is called, dearie, I'm getting ready to go out and play some polo with some girls.
Ooh, polo! I love polo. Can we come?
If you're serious about that, go ahead and give me another persuasion as uh, Wilda and Edward. Any reaction to your current surroundings?
I am loving today's session.
I grab the human hand that basically stands behind Transient and say, "Can you feel this?"
You what around transient?
You know how he has that like shadow behind him?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold the shadow's hand and ask him if he can feel that.
Edward, you do feel, while not immediate, you do feel like the faint warmth of a hand wrapped around yours. Right as you look down, you see her holding the red shade, while while the colors and shapes around your hand go from um, your normal multicolor to a dash bit of pink, purple, a bit of indigo, and some brilliant mauve. You feel a good warmth coming from this interaction. You can't hide it.
Yep.
That's good that you can feel both.
All right, and Spencer rolled an 18 for wanting to go polo.
Listen, when Spencer wants to play polo, he wants to play polo.
Know what polo is, or is he just wanting to be involved?
He wants to be involved. Whatever this polo is, he wants to be involved.
Well, dear, I'm gonna need. Oh, I'm sure you're gonna need a couple of things before you go coming with me. Tell you what, let me get down there and we'll discuss it a bit more. Put on the telly. Tell yourself, have yourself a moment. Go down, enjoy yourself. Start a fire.
I am
Well,
going to, as she says that, I am going to get in my usual kid on Saturday morning pose for the television, get down on my belly, kick my feet behind me, and turn on the television.
Spencer, on the television that plays seems to be an a very a very sad looking reindeer.
Aww.
He looks like he's missing something as he as you watch the figure look around, lost in this bit of a snowstorm.
Hmm. Is he missing a light?
Yes. He's also, as you look and you get, as your cat eyes notice off the bat, he's also missing a nose.
Do I see a red Christmas light around me I can gently unscrew and then use?
I would like you to do a perception check. I take it. Are you mentioning this to anyone else, or are you just doing this quite to your for yourself as you're noticing it?
I will mention this, but I guarantee you that at the same time that Spencer is a little transfixed, like, "Aw, poor reindeer, he's missing his glowing red nose." Hold on a second, as he looks around for a red Christmas bowl, and I make the roll.
Spencer, you shouldn't mess with anything. This isn't our house.
I'm assuming the 10 is basically, yeah, you're right. As
You-
I
You
Go ahead.
look around, hoping to see an obvious Christmas light, but there's none to be had in here. There's only the soft light from the ceiling light that glows almost ominously. It's a definite relaxing warmth, but
have it.
you can't. But the glow is not definitive. You can't tell which light it is, whether it's yellow, white, blue,
I will
yellow, orange.
reach into my body, my soul, and I would like to take out a fragment of something shining. If that's okay, DM. I have no
As
idea
you
what to roll.
you attempt to reach in, and as you try to do so, the gold hand just slides and just covers your chest, but does not go through. You look, you even peer over the hand where your head is, where the ball of yourself is staring at, wondering if it can reach in, but you're not able to pierce your main core as you poke around.
I am going to try again.
Spencer, come sit down with us.
I am sitting down. Well, I guess I'm laying down.
Uh,
Go ahead.
so is anyone just saying anything to each other about what you're all feeling in this room?
I would like to mention that Spencer at the moment is very happy and very excited because he's in a new place and he's being involved in something.
Well, we don't see a cat, we see an angel, basically.
Yes, I understand that, but the little shadowy cat core is just flying through the body like thump 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 thump. It has
true.
humans inside of him.
Like, as in a kitten? Or.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
as-
Think like a kitten head, but just floating on like a fuzzy ethereal ball, and then put that inside the body of a golden child, and just while faceless on the actual head, the cat head has the face, and it's just bouncing around, just floating, sort of like the nucleus in a cell.
Transient, why must you ruin this like that?
Jiminy Christmas! I am hurt in 5 ways to Sunday looking at this, Transient. Why?
I have to break out
Oh.
the lime.
The thumb one was worse. The thumb one was worse. How dare you? I got to look away. I have to look away. My goodness. Why did I go back? That's general. Could you not post not safe for work memes in general? You come into my house, insult my furniture. How dare you? Sorry.
No, you're good.
No, I don't think I'd talk about my feelings here. That's an after
Nope.
thing.
No,
Very much so.
All right.
Spencer would be the only one of the 3 characters that would do this.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really honest with you. Spencer's very open about his feelings. Like, I thought I heard my mom earlier, and I was really excited, but I couldn't find her. But now there's a different mom here. I think it's Dahlia's mom's mom or dad's mom or something, but I'm excited to meet her. I'm being involved.
As you delve into that, we will flicker back over to Group B, who is currently enjoying their new styles of clothing here at the base in Chuck E. Cheese Emporium, the Charles Entertainment base of operations. Jace and Dahlia, you, you both have gotten a chance to practice more around the base. The shooting range seems to be current repair as the amount of bullets that Dahlia has begun shooting grew a bit ludicrous as you started questioning where all the ammo is coming from. Dahlia, fill in the blanks whether you want to or not. It's your choice.
More bullets in the pockets, you know?
Sorry, where all the whats are coming from?
The
So
bullets.
she has not reloaded as she continues to fire meticulously in multiple areas.
Hmm.
As she explains, she has bullets in her pockets.
Well, I didn't come in with bullets, but you said these are magic pants, and so I just made them full of bullets. I think they come from the same place where my guns go.
Jace takes a hot second and then is like, it's not worth it to try and comprehend. The potential damage to my psyche is not worth understanding.
Computer
So,
sounds coming
are we
from
gonna
near.
crash a wedding or not? I just got ungrounded. I don't know where everyone else is.
He went off to like go fix a hole in Wilda's soul. I don't know exactly the details.
Oh my god.
Something about the native tribes outside of Pyregol.
Huh.
Dahlia, you do start recalling about the tribes that are outside of the Paragal, some of the Shoshone and some of the Navajo tribes that seem to linger together and have at one point were hostile towards each other at the very beginning, from what you learned in history class and interacting with some of the tribes as your father did deals, being the gun enthusiast that he is. But along with that, you do also recall when they began settling down their differences and been growing more accustomed to working together, trying to survive the outskirts of Paragal as well as the reservation that they've been stuck with in the current time frame. Although the news of real spirit healing is definitely new to you, as as your parents would put it, the those people, those evangelicals, talking about healing you with the word of God are full of hockey. Anyone trying to tell you that they are going to lay their hands on you to cure you of of any illness is only is only trying to put hands on your wallet. Don't let them, honey.
Yeah, Dad said organized religion is just a government cult to make us susceptible to our alien overlords. So, I don't know. I don't really recommend going to that stuff.
I stayed here because I'm not interested in whatever that is. I feel like it's the kind of thing that would potentially ruin what little I have left in this life, and that is my mind.
Yeah, and then it would be taken over by aliens. Duh.
You know what? I've seen enough weird shit since getting out of that military base. Aliens wouldn't surprise me at this point.
You get two different answers coming from opposite ends of the room as Stringent and Daniel both speak up at the same time. Daniel going, aliens, they aren't real. I've been around well enough to know that. I've shot down quite a few things in the air. While Stringent goes, oh yeah, they definitely exist. Had a couple of interactions with them twice already. Not fun characters. Before they stop dead in their conversation, look at each other, go, what?
Dahlia crosses her arms and says, "See? I rest my case." And it's weird because she says arrest my case instead of I rest my case.
Hmm. Jace clasps his hands together, thinks real hard about this, and once again is like, it's not worth it to me.
Thankfully, something does start picking up to distract you from thinking on the subject, as another alert starts going off at your radar. This one coming from the Powergol school area.
Huh. I swear to God, if it's another act of domestic terrorism against our school.
It's worse as a lunch lady hammer fight.
I mean, in that case, it's not my problem.
Dahlia is picking at her stitches right now.
That would have been so cool. Instead, what you see happens to be just 5 to 6 golems. We're talking straight up earth-made beings. You do see patches of like grass on some, others are just like made of rocks, and they seem to be carrying bags of some of your schoolmates, children, and other teenagers that seem to be picked up. The school area that was just being hung out as, given as most of the parents just do not want to deal with their children sometimes, and some of the children know that their friends are going to come by and hang out here while it's still closed because they're currently left alone. There's a wide variety of life between rich families and constantly working families and poor families all have one common agreement. Teenagers can't handle them. Let them go. Let them go outside. Let them do their thing. And this,
Jace,
yeah, go
seeing
ahead.
the pinches the bridge of his nose, and it's like, whatever Lord there is up in heaven, why on earth is there never any normal crime in this city? Why is it always time traveling freak shows with an obsession with space? Why is it always fucking dragons or golems? Why is it weird elemental creatures? Why can we never have regular crime? Why is it always this?
Currently, Daniel and Stringer are too busy heated in their own personal discussions of their divisive views of whether aliens do or do not exist to give you any feedback on your question to God. Dahlia, however, can hear. Dahlia, any reactions?
I don't know. Maybe because we've got like 3 guns per person in this town?
Yeah, but that's just like an America thing.
Well, my dad's real good at his job. Anyway, I guess we should go there, and I'm getting kind of hungry anyway, so let's tear them apart. I'm sure they've got some sort of meat in those dirt suits.
I'm not going to process how that would function. I feel like it would hurt my brain too much, and I would like to get this done quickly. Rockin' Prime, can you load up in the Humvee? We're going to start heading over there to fight again for the whatever time this is today, because everything is all happening today.
Overstressing your brain with too much information. Always take time to relax. Overthinking or overprocessing too much information could cause an aneurysm, or even worse, a possible overload that leads to a mental shutdown. Avoid mental stress as best as possible in order to live a happy and carefree life. Remember, the thought process is yours. Accessing routing procedures. Pulling a map. Routing map. A map has been pulled up of the location that you're asking.
Jace doesn't say anything, but he's just internally like, is Rockin' Prime sassing me about aneurysms?
There's no
What?
response.
What does aneurysm mean again?
It's the thing where a blood vessel in your head explodes.
Oh. Like a gusher.
As a
Like
sudden
a
memory
gusher.
of having a gusher burst in your head in the middle of school as you were getting ready to attack animals, you think? Yeah, you recall animals. You were getting ready to attack animals when a sudden gusher bursting sensation occurred in your skull, but you didn't die. Yeah, it was when Jace gave you an aneurysm. You remember that?
Yeah. She's actually less smart now than she was then.
Ooh.
Totally not the fault of the aneurysm, I'm sure.
It wasn't. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, the area where your aneurysm was already rotting as is. Oh, I'm so sorry.
So I guess Jace, Rockin' Prime, and Dahlia are off to fight a bunch of golems kidnapping teenagers. Because nothing can be simple in this city.
True. Things seem to be seem to grow complicated fast in this city. Go ahead and give me a driving or a tech roll in order to navigate your vehicle as you have Agent Smith emulate up from the vehicle, look over and give you guys a thumbs up, ready to go. Dahlia,
Well,
this is the first time.
If you're giving me the option, I am absolutely taking tech.
What were you saying, Ace?
Dahlia, this is one of the first times that you've seen Agent Smith since you have recently rewatched The Matrix with your family. And so there's this uncanny vibe of, do I know this person?
There's someone in the car. And Dahlia pulls out a handgun.
No, it's an illusion. It's a hologram. It's there so people don't think we're driving a Humvee.
Oh, okay. And she sits back, but still eyes the hologram distrustfully.
Good evening, Master Jace. Where would you like to go today?
We gotta stop a kidnapping in the school district.
Perfect. What speed?
Preferably the speed limit so we don't get pulled over. But if there are any shortcuts you can take, it would be appreciated.
Processing. Accepting route from Rockin' Prime. I think I know a place. 1 second. As it begins revving up and you start taking off through the streets. With your roll, the technology seems to be operating fine as he takes and turns appropriately. And then under your suggestion for cutting a little, trying to get it there with a little bit quicker time, you see him take what looks to be a side road that goes behind a few of the industrial building as you go through in the food sector. This road cuts one way behind a growing set of plateau cliffs. It starts like 6 feet, 7 feet, and then rises to about 20, 30 feet as it curves over and then turns right back around towards the top of the school sector. We'll be there in 3 minutes. I hope you're ready.
Why does he talk like that?
I have no idea. All of my AI seem to have one quirk. For Rockin' Prime, it's his everything. For Smith, it's this.
I was given a speech function, mostly to keep the appearance that I am human, like any other good American out here. It's just another day.
I don't know why I'm getting this as the player, but it feels like Jace is sliding slowly into Arnold from Magic School Bus.
Gonna be a normal field trip with the Frizz? No way!
Can we get one normal day in Pyrogal? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Sorry. Spencer, get back in your panel. No.
We've had several weeks of those.
So as you, sorry, go ahead.
I will say, Dahlia, I love the idea that Dahlia's intelligence stat has actually gone down, but Jace has no capacity to know that. So he's just in his own head like, am I doing something wrong? Why does everything feel so much weirder than it used to? What's going on?
figure it out
wonder why.
eventually, or he won't, and then it
Couldn't
will
have
be
been
too
a-
late.
Couldn't have been the 50 aneurysms you gave her.
I gave her 1 aneurysm so she wouldn't eat people.
Technically, it was 3. You tried 3 times and succeeded the 3rd time.
So I gave her 1 aneurysm.
Only one aneurysm looks at an entire field of aneurysmed corpses.
It's not lethal. It's just upsetting.
Aneurysms
Like-
are very lethal.
It's not lethal when Jace does it, because that's not how the power works.
It's just a seizure.
Dahlia interrupts his internal monologue and says, "Are we there yet?"
There you go.
Jace blinks a moment and looks out the window to see if he successfully disassociated for 3 minutes.
You did successfully disassociate as Smith pulls up to one of the back buildings behind the main school, or the remains of the main school. It's still being built. They have the base framework made, and it looks like they're still working on the wiring. But the brickwork and a lot of the actual inside walls have not been made, so it's just wooden frames currently. But you can see through them, and you can see up to 6 golems that seem to be harboring a kid in each of their arms. Total of 12 kids.
Thanks.
Dahlia brightens and pulls out an assault rifle.
Jace just pinches the bridge of his nose and gives you a thumbs up.
I asked for this.
Jace wanted to do one thing today, and it was go to a wedding, and he has done everything except that today.
Get there when we get there.
So as you exit the vehicle and start coming out, you pass by the next building and coming onto like this main sidewalk that circles around the framework of the building. Dahlia with gun in hand and Jace strolling up in Rock Prime. If he did leave the vehicle, did you leave the vehicle?
Yeah, I'm leaving the vehicle. None of my powers are suited to fighting these things. You know what? I know what Jace would have done for this, because somebody has to do it, and he's not sure if he's going to do it or Dahlia's going to do it, but they're going into a 3v6, so he's probably brought the belt.
Oh no, Dahlia with the belt.
What's the belt?
Do you remember way back when the DM asked you to make a power level 12 version of your character?
And I did.
Oh, yeah. Let me see if I still have that sheet.
The belt is what activates that.
You will notice a distinct difference.
Jace is just gonna hand the belt to Dahlia and says, "We're outnumbered and none of my powers are suited to fighting creatures made of stone. I will give you this and hope for the best."
I need to go grab one thing since that's coming up. 1 second. Go ahead and continue talking.
Do I
have
put it on, or?
put it on, press in the logo on the front, and it should activate momentarily.
So Dahlia presses it, and Ace, does it take full effect? Is she level 12 or whatever? Oh wait, Ace left.
So you put on the belt. The belt does wrap around you, but there is a activation mechanism that it starts calling for, as the needle injector seems to somewhat stance up, almost being expected to be pulled out and loaded with a particular vial.
Jace will hand over one of the vials for it.
Dahlia holds it and looks at you blankly.
Jace just kind of moves over and puts it in himself.
She lets you. I do have to ask Ace, would that fix her?
That's a good question.
If I were to say temporarily,
Okay, so like with the wish spell.
Sorta. Uh, once
I
more.
love it.
Oh, go ahead.
I say this as a joke. Dahlia, have you ever seen Scooby Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed?
Is that the one where they're on the island where
No, that's
there's
the
these
first
cat
one.
zombies and
No, that's one of the animated ones. Scooby Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed is one of the live action ones where they're in a city.
oh, I don't think so.
It's the one with the giant cotton candy monster, and like, oh no, it's a cotton candy monster. Wait,
Then
it's a
no.
cotton candy monster.
There's a sequence in that movie where Scooby and Shaggy are drinking a bunch of random chemicals, and one of them briefly turns Scooby into Einstein, and that's the energy I'm imagining from what's about to happen.
It's a little different from that. So if
Yeah.
she is fully cured, you see for the first time in your memory
Hold
what
on,
Dahlia
hold on,
looked like
hold on.
when she was. Oh,
Because it forms an armor. And
oh,
I
so it
need to.
doesn't actually fix things?
It does not actually fix things. That's why I said temporarily.
Well, temporarily would still be a fix. So she does nothing except she's got what?
Let me give it the flavor as I try to look up something, and I might need you to resend me your level 12 sheets so I know what I'm looking
Yeah,
up.
my level 12 sheets are predicated on something on that not happening.
On you not being fixed.
On me never. Hang on, let me just message you.
Please.
I think if Jace takes enough psychic damage over the course of this day, by the time he encounters his parents, he'll just be so done with everybody's shit that he'll have no potential to be civil.
It's just like, I have had the wildest day.
There have been giant rats, there have been golems, there have been mechanical rats, there have been bullies who came in and said they were going to break my legs and then said my legs were already broken, which they're not, they just don't work.
After a day like that, I just don't care. Shoot his parents.
He wouldn't shoot his parents, but he'd be much less likely to accept any beat around the bush bullshit.
I'm just, it's just the funniest outcome to me. It's like, oh my god, Jace. Like, look, I'm done with today.
I'm just waiting on Ed's response before I continue.
I want to go back to my friend's house, take a goddamn nap, and forget today happened.
Oh goodness.
I'm gonna be honest, he's at the point where if Himmel showed up, he would absolutely just shoot Himmel.
Just shoot him.
Ask Dahlia to do it. She's got the guns.
I've had enough bullshit for today. Dahlia, attack.
Man, that's a really, really nice plan you got there, Himmel. Take the laser gun from Rockin' Prime, opens fire.
I'm sorry, just guns activate.
Let's put it up. Ah, yes, here.
That's a real nice plan you got there, Himmel. Would be a damn shame if cast smite from God with lightning bolts.
Oh goodness. So, as you hand her the syringe and you explain to her that she needs to extract some blood in order for it to, start itself, a thought crosses both yours and Dahlia's mind as she vocalizes it out. What blood? There, and you start scratching your head for a moment. No, there's gotta work. This has to work. There's gotta be some blood in that body of yours as a thought strikes your head. And you look at Dahlia. And you give her a warning. Please don't take this personally, essentially. Before you jab her in the one place that would still hold some sort of blood. Her heart.
Ooh.
Man,
Right.
Jace is really done with the bullshit today. He's stabbing his own friends.
Right in the aorta.
When you extract the blood from the syringe, it's like a sticky black sludge. It's
Exactly.
so heavily coagulated.
Putrefacted. It'll have to do, and I load it into the belt.
Ooh. That's some
Dahlia,
black coffee
you
grounds.
you don't feel anything as he slams the needle into you, and you don't you feel a little strange, like a little hollowing more, and you don't even get a sudden burst of more hunger as the blood's drawn. And, but your mind remains intact enough to when he attaches it to the body and begins the process, something starts kicking off as you as you feel as you feel again. It starts spreading from the chest and starts going towards the core and hits towards the belt. As the belt starts turning on and activating, you feel your pores open up as these metal bits starts coming out, being following along the pulsing music and sound waves that come from the belt. Uh, it pops out and starts forming around you in a sort of armor. Uh, all the while, you and Jace do start hearing the belt speak, analyzing, undeath, refining, darkness, hunt down life's traces and defy death, traversing the shadows to find another breath.
I didn't give it a speaker.
Umber Rogue.
It's had a speaker this entire time.
Every time.
Every time.
I didn't give it a speaker, Jace says again, thinking about this. What the fuck is wrong with everything I build?
I love the idea. Love it. Love it.
This is
So
gonna
what
have
happens
to
to
be-
Dahlia? How does this thing manifest?
The metal starts forming around you and taking form of an armor. And for the first time since your passing and resurrection as a zombie, you feel more. You feel more alive than anything. This is more reminiscent than the one moment you got when time was pulled back on you just for a short second. And with that heartbeat comes adrenaline rush as the armor fully takes form. In heroic examples, this is what your armor looks like.
We've been waiting for this.
Oh man, if only they would just reload. Wow, that is pretty fucking awesome.
Let me see. Load Discord. Discord, please. Why did the images load? Ooh, cool.
The armor fits properly, fits so snugly it almost feels like a second set of skin. You can feel the leather in the gloves. You can feel the tightness around the shoulders. You can feel your breath hot against the mask. You feel alive.
What the hell? All right, Jace, I've got this. If I get the kids away, can you take them to safety? Maybe Rock and Prime can help me with the fighting.
I can take them. Worst case scenario, I can throw lightning.
I don't think that will work against rocks.
I mean, I can probably throw lightning bolts at things other than the rocks, but yeah.
All right, so I guess we roll initiative.
Yes, but we'll be coming back over towards the other group for a short bit before we come back and at least take one round of the battle. So, flickering back over towards the group in the house, you guys are able to indulge Spencer in his moment of emotions, and as he explains how he's been feeling, the there the pictures in the back by the fireplace almost seems to move somewhat in association. The silver panel, the silver frame picture seems to uh, shimmer as he talks about being happy and being helpful. The marble grows faintly at the hope of finding a way to help Wilda, and the gold seems to mew at the mention of having his mom there again, just out of reach. What the heck? Dahlia! I'm sorry, he just posted hashtag born again kill Steven. I love it.
Yep, that's our hashtag channel. As Jace thinks that he has a split personality.
So many years of abuse. Technically possible.
Yes, it is. Anyway, I'm gonna look to Edward again. Do, do you feel the. You know, as I point to my. Well, what he would think is my head.
Transient, you can sense a sense of wonder, a warm memory emitting, but you can't exactly tell what exactly is being played. You just know that whatever she's feeling, it's comforting. And as you listen to Spencer talk about how he feels, you do see the room somewhat shimmer in certain areas. Once more, the silver panel giving a bit of a warm shimmer to it. The marble picture frame having a faint glow on it. The gold picture frame mewling at the same time as he mentions his mom. The fireplace even starting to seems to emit a sense of warmth at this as you guys are in, opening up about these emotions.
Transient's looking very contemplative right now. Deep in thought. He is very deep in thought right now.
And what is transient thinking, if I may poke and prod?
Not quite yet.
Fair enough. But will you respond to Wilda?
With the descriptions that Mayor gave to me, he is getting distracted by everything else in this room. This, unfortunately, he misses what Wilda says.
So Wilda and Spencer, as you guys are noticing the sensation that you guys are emitting, you do see a bit of weird white static emotions coming from the two heads of Jace, Jace of Transient. My apologies. Editor, quickly edit that one blip out. Like there is.
You acting like I edit
Excuse
this
me?
shit.
Giant pencil comes down from the sky.
I got you, fam.
You know, since my question was ignored by Transient, I'll go and try and pet the cat head that's inside of Spencer.
You go over and place a hand on Spencer's chest, and while the head inside does seem to rub up against your palm, and you can somewhat feel the fuzziness from his head, there is still this weird, almost muscular sensation of the around the golden chest area as you try to pat and pet the ball head on there. With all of that, all three of you, would you kindly give me a perception check?
How does Spencer react to the petting?
Spencer is loving the petting and pressing his chest to you. The kitten is rubbing up on you, but it's kind of weird to see the chest doing it.
Hmm.
Ooh. Oh, wait. I need a perception check? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, perception check.
I need to just copy and paste the 1d20.
I got a good one. Same as
Alright.
Will.
So as you guys are still trying to come to terms with this place, the sounds from upstairs does pitter and patter indifferently, like it's going from right above you to farthest to the room to the room next to you. Of course, this is all on the roof above you guys, but it sounds like whoever's stepping above you is interstepping all around. But along with that, the TV seems to perk up as the little reindeer figure on there starts speaking. Can anyone help me? I can't see. The snow's too thick, and I can't find my nose. Can
I
anyone
will.
help?
Oh, man. As that happens, Spencer's going to kind of reach out to the television. What happens when his hand touches the screen?
You touch the screen, but it feels glass to you. The reindeer almost looks over towards you, but doesn't seem to notice you. Hello? Is anyone out there? Can you help me? Please?
Spencer will say, yeah, I can hear you. I can help you. Have you looked around for it?
I keep looking, but everything is too dark. The snow's too thick. I don't have my light, and I can't find my nose.
DM, I have a question for you.
Possible answer.
Is it so? You said I felt the glass of the screen, correct?
Yes.
And it feels like it's solid glass, correct?
Yes.
What other buttons are on this controller slash television?
It's one of those old style knob control televisions with the rabbit ear wirings,
Okay.
antennae. You can click it and turn it to a different channel. When you do shift it to a different channel, it goes over to what appears to be a somber bear that seems to be staring out into what looks to be a winterized uh, forest. I'm so
Winter.
hungry, but it's not season yet. Oh, bother.
I'm gonna move to the next channel too. I'm assuming that at least in one of these, there's a solution for each of them somehow.
On the next channel, it happens to be a young pup that's looking around. All he's doing is whimpering like he's missing a friend. There seems to be a dog bed and a cat bed, but he's pawing at the cat bed like he can't find his friend.
DM, I have an idea. It's a very interesting idea, but an idea nonetheless.
All right, go ahead.
So my idea specifically is when I see the cat bed, my first instinct is to try and enter the television as the cat spirit.
You're trying to what now?
Trying to enter the television screen as the cat spirit.
You place yourself on the television screen, but unfortunately, you can't exit your chest, much less enter past the glass screen. It it's just not meant for you to pass through.
Man, can I interact with anything on the other side?
On the other side of the screen, the other side of the television, around the room.
Inside of the scene on the television.
No, every time you try to reach out or tap, all while you catch some of their attention, each creature on the three screens that seems to circulate once you keep turning back and forth, it just circulates between those three. All
Oh,
you keep
wait.
touching is glass.
I almost forgot. There's a dog bowl outside full of food. And I know there are Christmas lights here, and I also know that there might be a cat here since I saw a little bit of mewing. Hold on a second. So I'm gonna try and make a perception check again, but first I want to change the channel back and see if it goes back to the same thing or if it just goes to a different channel.
As you turn the channel back, it goes from the cat to the bear, and when you flicker it back again, it goes from the bear to the reindeer. Going forward would go from the reindeer to the bear to the cat, and then back to the reindeer, and then going backwards, go from the cat to the bear to the reindeer, then back to the cat.
Okay. I would like to try and find a. Well, I know there's a light above me right now, right?
There is an ethereal light above you. There is also a slight shimmering light coming from one of the pictures.
I will go to the.
Especially, it only started shimmering once you guys started discussing your emotions.
I will look at this shimmering picture when I talked about my emotions.
As you gaze at the shimmering one, the one that glows with a slight light, the marble picture frame gives details as just a random light hit shining in what seems to be a dark background. There's no other real description on that.
Can I try and pull the light off? Is it like red? And what is it?
It is a marble picture frame, and as you touch it, it does lift off the wall.
I will take the picture frame off the wall and I will bring it to the television where the reindeer is.
As you bring the picture over towards the television, the picture frame actually messes as a television. The picture in the frame melds onto the screen, and what was once a stormy snowstorm with a reindeer caught inside becomes a dark, snowy day. But the reindeer is able to go over towards the light and reattach it to his face.
I gotcha.
You found it. Thank you, friend. As he begins walking off screen, the song Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer starts playing.
Aw, it's a good Christmas special now.
Both Wilda and Transient do hear and watch him do all of this. I'm hoping the puzzle is actually getting to you too.
Yeah, but I still don't want to touch anything. It's rude.
I understand, but you have to talk. But Spencer's going to say, maybe if you talk about your emotions, we'll be able to find another item on the picture frames that'll help with the television.
No, thank you.
I'll just talk about my emotions more. I'm really happy that I have you guys again, and I'm still here with you, and heaven's really nice. There's a lot of really nice people here, and Heimdall was really tall, and he had really interesting eyes that kind of pierced me, and it kind of felt weird, but I'm happy to be here with you guys. I'm involved.
The warmth of the fireplace doesn't grow hotter, but it remains a nice and gentle warmth. Transient, go ahead and give me another will save as the warmth of the fire does start reaching out towards you.
All right. I don't think I'm having any issues.
Nope. As Spencer describes, about what's going on and attempts to talk more about the emotions, your logical mind latches onto this uniquity, like it sounds like a puzzle, like one of those Silent Hill games that you played. Yeah, Silent Hill or Resident Evil, with one of those weird door opening puzzles.
Don't... Transient doesn't play video games.
Damn it. Sounds like one of those detective stories with a really off-handed serial killer who has everything locked behind a different set of puzzles.
Choose your own adventure book.
Yes. So you recognize the pattern here that maybe what's keeping her at bay may not be so physical, but logically, if putting pictures on the television screen helps solve those problems, maybe that might push this forward.
Hey Spence, didn't you see any pictures with I don't know, sunlight maybe?
Oh, let me take a look as I look around the room.
As you look at each of the picture frames, the silver picture frame does depict a warm sun and what seems to be a tree with bees buzzing about. But there's no
Around a
other,
beehive.
yeah, but there's no other pictures in it. There's no real background to it. It's just a sun and a tree with a couple of bees on it.
I will take the silver picture frame and once again put it up to the screen, but the channel this time is on the bear.
All right. So the picture frame once more matches the size of the television. The frame melds onto the screen, and what was once a dreary winter day warms up immediately as the sun rises and shines. Oh, it's summer already. I must have slept through. I can even hear the bees buzzing. Oh, honey, here I come. As you watch the bear leave the screen.
Awesome. We'll be friends forever, won't it be, Christopher Robin?
They call him Winnie the Pooh.
Oh,
Winnie
yeah.
the Pooh plays as you change the channel over towards the sad dog that seems to be pining at the empty cat bed.
I will go to the last one, which I know has mewing coming from it.
Yes, on there seems to be a tabby cat that, while not moving, does seem to emit a mew as you gaze upon it in the gold frame.
I will take the golden frame off the wall and bring it over to the last one, which seems to be the one with the pup. What does this tabby cat look like?
A hefty tabby cat, sort of thick.
Is he orange?
Yeah, obviously he's a tabby cat. Somebody who knows cats, somebody tell me, what color is tabbies normally?
Well, tabby is a coat pattern.
He got her started.
Thank you. Please correct me.
So
What would
you
you
have to state
consider
that it's an
Garfield-
orange tabby cat.
What would you consider? What would you consider Garfield? An orange tabby?
Yeah, Garfield's an orange tabby, but
Then yes.
I've had a tabby cat that was black, white, and brown.
Well, gentlemen and ladies, the DM learned something new today. So yes, it is an orange tabby as you grab the picture frame off. I take it you're bringing it to the television?
Yes, sir. Right to the television.
It once more forms properly. Picture melds onto it, and the tabby cat starts moving, melds, claws at its bed before going over and giving the dog a hug. Before it picks the dog up and kicks it towards you. No, the dog was not Odie, by the way. The dog leaps out of the screen past all of you and starts giving a couple of barks, running around the rug. At which point, the steps now come down the stairs as a very elderly lady with white hair comes down carrying what seems to be lemonade glasses for everybody. Sorry it took me so long, dearies. Takes a moment to look perfect and find the right ingredients, especially for a nice lemonade on a hot day like this. Ah, I all thirsty.
I'm very thirsty, and you look lovely today.
Why, thank you, dearie. And I have to say, you look very handsome for a tall cat like yourself.
Just purring coming from Spencer, or rather the chest chamber of Spencer.
And I take it you two are this gentleman's friend? as she stares down at both Transient and Wilda.
I, yes, my name is Wilda.
And so lovely to meet such a polite dearie like you. And you, young lad.
The name's Edward.
Well, it's good to meet you, Mr. Edward. Please, help yourselves as she hands you both a lemonade drink.
I don't know, in this form, do I actually feel hunger or thirst?
While not naturally, seeing the lemonade brings up feelings of parchment and remembering of settling that parch. It echoes to you like you really would like to have a drink, especially on such a hot day, and you're about to step outside with your parents again, get ready to go out and enjoy some outdoor experience. At least that's what they told you you were going to do. Do you accept the lemonade?
Thank you so much.
Of course, dearies. Help, please enjoy it. I don't get many visitors out here, so it's nice. And I see that little Odie here was being very kind to you. It is while the dog's name is Odie, it does not look like Odie from the cartoon. It looks more like a border collie. Your regular old border collie. Definitely looks like they're graying. A couple of years on them.
Aw, it's a good puppy.
Spencer, as you chug this lemonade, you find yourself going back to the first time you got to enjoy a sweet drink as it is. It was when you were still a little kitten, and
Um,
Willie here first put down what appears to be water, but in her childlike fashion, added a little bit of juice to it, so it tasted sweeter to you. You drank that up real quick. You even muled for more.
I'd like to mention cats can't taste sweet.
Damn it!
They can taste sour, though.
They
Spencer
can.
can taste sweet.
I mean, Spencer can taste sweet, but he's reminding you of when you were a kitten drinking out of my glass.
Then you remember the
The
slight
pucker face.
yes,
Yeah.
the sourness, and you remember going back to it because it was such an interesting experience, and it made you feel happy, even though it was really sour and made your mouth feel tingly.
Oh, yes. Spencer is enjoying the tingly sensation of sour. Somehow he has associated bad taste with good taste.
Sounds like a cat. As my cat's snoring next to me on the floor.
Well, when you imbibed the lemonade, you were taken back to your first summer day, spending time with your family, going to a newly made pool, and one of the neighbor kids offered you a cup of lemonade from their little stand. Your dad paying the dollar because he appreciates entrepreneurship. The memory is that vivid as you enjoy the flavor of this really sweet lemonade. You recall after that you were getting ready to meet with with what you were hoping would to be a couple of family members over at the pool, your grandma and your grandfather, before you return back to the current situation now. Transient, do you imbibe the
Hold on.
lemonade?
Wilda makes a face because she doesn't like lemonade.
Yeah, I'll drink it.
And you yourself were taken back to your first time having lemonade, which was also on a summer day, but not at the same area as Welda. For you, it was in the not the mining facility, the research development area. As it was a really hot day, but you went inside for the cool air. And just as you got in, one of the coworkers of your father was offering freshly made lemonade. It was squeezed. They said they got the sugar down precisely. You remember enjoying it. Exactly. We can even say a couple of days before, but it was definitely before the event. What? I was not expecting this fact. I must pull myself away. Must be ready to jump over to the other characters. As you guys enjoy the memory from your first lemonade here in this other side, she takes a seat in the rocking chair. Odie comes over to the side of her. So, how can I help you, kitties?
Can you
We're
hear me
trying
now?
to
I was
fix
on
her
mute.
soul.
Go ahead.
Heimdall said to come here to try and fix me.
Her soul has
Mm.
a crack in it.
Ah, yes. Hard to miss that. Well, sounds like you're asking for a job, and any job comes with a price. Thankfully, I'm feeling rather relaxed today. So, if you wouldn't mind running a couple of errands for me, I can get that fixed for you, no problem. Don't worry, it's just some errands around the house.
Sure.
I thought we were in a hurry, Spencer.
I can get them done fast. I mean, but we are in a hurry.
It shouldn't take too long. It's just a couple of errands. Now, while you are here, I'm glad you were able to enjoy the lemonade, though you particularly look a bit more thirsty. I myself am quite parched. I forgot to grab myself a drink. Would y'all mind walking into the kitchen and fix me some refreshing to drink? The door's right there as she points over to the door behind her.
Any preference?
Well, while lemonade was great, I do enjoy a bit of orange juice on a nice, relaxing day. Though, as someone my age, if you can happen to spice it up a little bit, that would be perfect.
Spencer seems
16,
a little
16, and 4. As he points at Spencer.
Well, he looks quite mature for his age. Besides, I'm not asking you to drink it yourself. I'm asking you to make one for me. And if she just so happens to find something she likes to drink, she may grab it.
Well, the
Spencer
kind
will-
of shrinks because the tension's on her.
Oh, and make sure it's in a tall glass, please.
One screwdriver coming right up.
All right,
Spencer
as
will-
you guys,
Transient will stand up, go over, hug Wilda, and then start heading towards the door.
Spencer will come with you.
I follow because I think I have to be there.
as you all get up and start walking over towards the door, you open it and walk through the threshold, and the kitchen expands beyond the boundaries of a normal kitchen as it grows into what seems to be this wondrous variety of different environments clashed into one, like a garden, but with an Arctic edge and a desert edge. Oh, is that the jungle you can see off the right off 5 feet from where you're at? Yeah, that's the jungle too. And hey, look, a prairie. There is all forms of land area in this kitchen. As we flicker back over towards Dahlia and Jace. Dahlia, I am sure you've been eager to start letting loose now that you're in this new suit of yours, feeling alive and almost choking on the hot air behind the mask as you're ready to start letting this adrenaline do something. Did you have your level 12 up?
I do.
All right, go ahead. The enemies are about 50 feet away from you on the other side. About 50 to 60 feet away from you. The furthest one is about 100 feet on the other side of the framework of the school. What would you like to do?
She's gonna try and snipe him.
Go ahead and give me that sweet, sweet sniping skills of yours.
Okay, assault rifle. We got multi attack, and so she does it with the minus. If she wants to hit 5 of them, she does a -4.
I
What is it?
believe it would be a -5, and then add
Okay.
your shooting bonus.
All right, that's how we're rolling tonight. I'm good with that. 2,
Ooh,
3, 4, 5. That's my 5th one. Yeah. Okay. How many of those hit?
well, the first one immediately hits. Let me roll a toughness check for that one, which is going to be at an increased threshold given the natural 20. It's toughness and oh, that thing crumbled to bits. The children it held fell into the dirt and mud from the remains. 2 children are currently safe, not out, but safe. Not outside of danger, but safe. Let me double check the second one. That one, that one misses. That one misses. That's a hit. That misses, and that misses. So far, 2 are, yeah, 2 have been. Was it 2? Yeah, 2 hit. 2 have been hit. The second one just misses by 1 point. Third one by 2. But yeah, the other one hit. So let me roll for that one. Oh, that has to be the hardest bit of dirt that you hit. As while it explodes, it reforms around the bullet, still holding the 2 children. That one would be the farthest of the farthest of the group that you were shooting at. While the others seem to only take surface shots and so only dirt and uh, items coming off it. You were able to take down one and have 2 children free from the grass. One was able to bulk out the damage that was hit solidly. Like you got it square in the noggin, but it came back up. Like the noggin's made out of cement. Well, and the rest were able to just be grazed off of. You do see one person that is caught off guard. That this person seems to be a bit staggering. Just in giant robes, like this would big enough robes that would cook a normal person inside of it.
Okay. I've still got a movement left, right?
Yes, you do.
And you said they're 60 feet away?
Yes, I did.
All right.
50 to
And
60.
then she's gonna dive into a shadow and teleport.
All right, so
And
you
go after the guy in the hooded robe.
all right, so you immediately cut him off as you pop behind him. But that will be your turn as we flick over to Jace, who I believe is next. Jace, did you roll your initiative?
I did not. Let me do that. Sorry.
I didn't roll mine either. I assumed
Oh,
that was our surprise round.
it is. So Jace, go ahead and perform your surprise attack, but go ahead and give me your initiative.
I mean, if there's a man in a hooded robe, aneurysm. The golems may not have brains, but there's a person here, you say. Suddenly my viability's gone up.
Yeah, Dahlia's like pointing like this one, this one.
Magnetic seizure. Will check, DM.
One will check coming right up. That would be a 21.
That passes.
The figure clutches his head before looking around and able to start moving. The figure turns around and sees the lurking figure that is the newly armored Dahlia. Oh! Hi there! You're not one of the golems I made? Wouldn't happen to be because of, as he points over to the dust pile where a couple of the kids that were being held up are now just playing in the mud.
As a
These
free
were
action,
young.
can she cock her gun like a badass and say, I don't know, are you the one they asshat who was responsible for these golems kidnapping children?
Well, when you say it like that. Yay! We've been compromised! He shouts over to another person that appears at the very back of the golem group. The person now known as Gary, who pops up from behind a bush, shouts over to the one in front of you. Don't shout names, James! Ah, shoot. So now you have James and Gary, who seem to be responsible for these golems. Let me roll a couple of numbers, and we will go for the first attempt for the first round within the short time frame that we have.
All right.
So 70-20, since one of the golems is already destroyed. They all share the same speed. 2. So let's see. Golem 1 is a 10. Golem 2, 15. Golem 3, completely distracted by children in arms, is at a 3. I have a golem and one of the controllers fighting for main speed. So Golem 4 is at a 22. Golem 5 is at a 14. James is freaking out for his life with a 22, while Gary is caught surprised and off guard behind a bush with an 8. Dahlia, you are still the fastest out of this group.
I'd make a joke about fast zombies, but she's not a zombie anymore. All right. She is going to, let me see if I can test out one of her other abilities. Let's see here. What have we got? Oh, wrong sheet. There we go. Okay. All right. Oh, is this an AoE?
Which one?
All right. Yes, it is. Dahlia is going to clench her fist and do a shadow bind on all creatures, I guess within 175. No, I think this is, can't tell if this is a single target or not. I think it's probably a single target. So instead, she is going to use, what's her, She is going to shoot the hooded guy in the knee, and then shoot 4 more golems, or try to.
Okay, so you're not using your shadow bind yet.
No, not using that yet.
All right, so go ahead and give me your multi shot again as you open fire on James and the remaining 5 behind him.
Okay. Can I Benny that?
Double check to see if you have bennies, because if you do,
Well, I just
by all
rejoined
means.
last session and I used 1 Benny then.
Yep, you still have bennies. Go for it.
Okay, Benny -1. All right, let's try that again. So that's 8. There we go.
That hits Gary. He's not fast enough. He's not fast enough to dodge that. It's the golems. It's a golem.
Ooh,
Misses.
and I'll use my last Benny on that one. Uh,
Oh no, they're being attacked. Quick, let's attack.
yeah, let me see what number I'm on. The 1, 2, 3. That was 4.
You have one more, I think.
Yeah. 5. There we go. I think some of those hit. Oh wait, yeah, the 14 hits too, because that's a 6 plus 10, because I did a Benny on that one. Yeah, I
Yep.
think 4 of those hit.
4 of those are 20 or above.
Yeah.
All right, so let me roll James's. As he's the first to get shot.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's James. Bang! My leg.
Dodge is a flat roll. It's a 10 plus is dodge.
All right. If he was actively dodging, she made a shot against it, which we should have had 10. His dodge, it was not enough, so he did get hit. So I'm rolling the toughness check. Last I checked. Am I doing something out of order?
Nope. You just didn't state whether or not it hit.
Oh, sorry about that. I could have sworn I said that she was able to hit Jace. Not Jace, but James. James, not Jace.
Listen, they both start with J. It's okay.
So James's toughness.
Although shooting the cripple kid is a major offense.
I
What was
don't
the
think that beats the DC 20.
DC 20? So that is 2 degrees of failure. So not only is he bruised, he is now currently dazed as he does not seem to understand why there is a sudden hole in his thigh.
Kneecap ace.
Sorry. Why there is a sudden, or his kneecap is now looking more rightward than where he was standing.
Kneecap, more like no cap, right?
He's very hurt.
As I need to roll the golems' toughness, as I believe 4 of the 5 golems got hit. So James, that one hits, that one hit, that one was a miss. No, wait, no, you Benny that one to be a hit. And that one hits. The last one was a miss.
Last one was a 26.
Yeah, the last one was not a miss.
Oh, sorry. That was my roll. My apologies.
Nah.
So yeah. That one.
I think I rolled.
Yep. Gotta roll. Yeah, rolling 5, rolling 5. 5d20. We all share the same toughness. I believe I said 3 last time. What was the one that got No, it's tough as 9. Right, because they're golems. First one is a 24.
And it was against a 24.
All right, so they bulk that damage, no bruise given. Second one is an 11. I believe that one disintegrates, not able to keep up with the bullet. So Golem 2 is down. As that becomes splatters into dust and mud, dropping the children in its arms. 23 for the next one.
Let's see. Next one is 18, so it's all right. No, wait, hang on. 24, 18 was the 11. This next one was the Bennied one, so that was 10 plus, so that was 24. What did you roll again?
No, these are the toughness. I already they all got hit. These are the toughness checks.
Oh, right, they're all 20s.
All right, so then this one will be a 23. So then that one would make it. So that one bulk the damage. The next one is a 21, and the last one is a 26. So you were able to break another one down to dust and mold, but the other ones are still absorbing the bullets from the shots.
And Gary or James.
James is freaking out about his now contoured and holy kneecap.
Isn't that when we need to end
Yes,
it? Because it's 8:04.
Yeah, we're hitting time unless Jace wants to finish at least the first round.
What would be more convenient for you, DM?
I mean, we can stop it here since she was at the top of the round, and I can mark down James as the next person who is more than likely dazed and freaking out about the pain in his knee.
Dazed and freaking out from being shot.
Point blank by a tall armored figure in what appears to be glossy leather. By the way, I hope you like the outfit.
Well, thanks for coming by, everybody.
Very cool outfit.
Thank you. We thank everyone.
I wish it were an outfit, but it's your skin right now.
This is true.
So I hope everyone did enjoy our session today. Things are starting to heat up, spice up, definitely go far out as I try to up the ante for them and they try to get more involved with the world outside of Power Goal as I find ways to introduce that. We're starting spiritually, of course. Do join us again 2 weeks from now as we try to fix Wilda's soul completely and take care of these golems and then deal with a wedding.
We better get our Bennies back. Bye.
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 Later.